What's up, you guys? We're back again with the Trailblazer today, and we're going to be replacing the O2 sensor. Picked up this Bosch O2, part number 15128. So let's go over to the Trailblazer and see where it's at. When we were driving the Blazer, this is the code that came up. P0151 and P0131. We looked up the code and the O2 sensor for the passenger side came up. So that's why we picked up that O2. So if we come over here to the front passenger side, you can see that we already removed the wheel. And this is the O2 that needs to be replaced. So we're gonna jack up the car more and put a jack stand underneath before we go under. So I think the biggest problem people have with this O2 is that the connector is way up there, somewhere in the engine bay, but it's hard to reach. So let's see if we could do it without any issues. See, it's a size 22. I don't know if it's gonna fit. We got it under, but this thing's super tight. Try it again. This thing is super tight. Let me grab something else, try to break it loose. We were able to take out the O2, and it looks like this is a little burnt. So once we pull it out, I'm gonna see if we could inspect that. Maybe it's just a bad wire. Doesn't really look like anything is damaged in there. And also, so you see how the wire's way up in there? So we're gonna have to find that in the engine harness up there in the engine bay. Up here in the engine bay, we're gonna go ahead and remove this cover. I don't know if this needs to come off, but we're just gonna do it just to get a better view of where the harness is at over there. So to kind of know what I'm looking for, we brought the new sensor up here. So it's a plug like this. Now, I don't know exactly where it's at, but this is the issue, finding this O2. Oh, I found it. So it's way back here. So there's one of those little clips that hold the wire in place, that is holding the actual harness in as well, not just the plastic clip on that. But I'm gonna show you guys right here. So you see, this is the sensor. Now let me disconnect the sensor and then put you guys back on. So the sensor is out. Let's slide up the sleeve all the way. And none of these wires look damaged or anything. So for the new sensor, we're gonna put it in, and to prevent this from happening, we're going to bolt it up first and then fish up the connector through the back of the engine. So let's get underneath the Blazer. We'll make sure it's the same thing. So the new one is a little chunkier. And let's see the connector. So the one on the right is the old one. The one on the left is the new one. It looks like it's the same thing. The wires are a different color. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but they are different brands as well. So I don't expect to see the same exact thing. So let's get under. We got the sensor in, and we have the wires nice and straight. So now this plug, this end has to go all the way up there. I don't know if this is gonna focus, but up there in the behind the cylinder head. So what we're gonna do is get a coat hanger, and we're gonna fish it down from the top of the engine bay, and when it's down here we're gonna hook this up to it, and then we could just pull it straight up and connect it, and we should be done. We got the coat hanger hanging right there, right here. So let me see if we could hook this up from down here. We got it on the coat hanger. Shit. There you go. So now let's go over to the engine bay. So up here we have the coat hanger and this wire. The only thing would be to pull it up. It's hooked up now, and to kind of get access through here to see it, but it's back here behind the dipstick for the transmission. We make sure it's clipped on, and then that little security tab, we put it back. It's been a couple of days and some miles, and still no check engine light. So I guess the problem is fixed now. The only thing, well, the only main issue was getting the harness from behind the intake manifold. But if you could fit your hand back there, I think you should be able to pull up the sensor and get to it. So that'll be it for this video. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Yonke_OXC Films. I'll leave it in the description down below. We'll catch you in the next one.